Justin, we got another significant improvement. Update the sheets of being able to interact with it more. And something we often show in our class that's very useful is working with ledger sheets and AI. Justin, first explain what has changed and what the new feature is, and then let's show it to them.
So when you thought Sheets was cool enough, having Gemini being able to build spreadsheets, interact with your spreadsheets through summarization or prompts to where you can ask it questions, it'll give you answers, provide suggestions on functions and formulas. It even got a lot cooler. So now you actually have the AI formula or AI function to where you can directly interact with your spreadsheet. Again, like you said, Martin, to where we already teach this and we have a lot of excitement, especially for individuals who need to have that spreadsheet, but they don't have a lot of experience with spreadsheets, or it's just one more thing they have to do. This takes it to the next level for them. And so, for example, now where I need to classify a list here between is this animal a feline or a canine, I can enter the equal AI, I do my parentheses, and then I write my request or my prompt. Is this a feline or a canine? Again, I have to have my quotation marks. I choose the range. And what I'll do is I'll go ahead and include all. You saw it generated is
Mhm.
feline. Now I can include the whole list, insert using Gemini. And now, as quick as that, I have classifications for everything in that list. And so you can see how that just simplified and saved a lot of time from one manually having to go through and determine individually or come up with some function that you forget, you never use, and you have to make sure it works correctly. Take it a step further. Now you can take and do something like sentiment review. So, say you have a spreadsheet that is full of customer reviews. And so what you do is you pull the reviews, you dump them in spreadsheet, but then you have to go through and see which ones are positive, negative, which ones you need to, jump on. Now you can use your equal AI, determine the sentiment of this review. Again, I'm gonna select my range, gonna include all three. There we go. Generate positive, mixed, and negative. And so now we can go back and if it's positive, I can't recommend this product enough. It has completely exceeded my expectations. It was spot on. This was a total waste of money. Okay, we have a negative, and then we have a mixed review. So now you can go through, you can have it, identify it. You can quickly see which ones, if you want to do the negative ones first and go back and say, sorry you had a bad experience. Now you can have Gemini actually take care of that while you're working on something else. You can come back and it's done for you. But now, what if you have a lot of information that you do not have time anytime soon to review? This could be anything from feedback, it could be a survey, it could be anything. And so now we're going to go enter AI,
And explain a little more
summarize.
detail the syntax here, because this is really, to me, with my programming background, kind of like a call to AI almost.
In a way, it is. And so, just like equal sum would initiate the sum function, and then you would, in the parentheses, put in which cells or what range you wanted added together. And then when you closed it and you entered it, it would provide the summary or the sum of the total calculation. This is very similar, but the equal AI is essentially calling to Gemini. and it's telling it that I am going to put in a prompt or a request and the range. And so what that does is it tells it then needs to go in and uh, essentially act on what you've told it, just like you would in the Gemini pop out when you would ask it a question about summarization or anything, but this is more directly action based. And so, for example, I have some descriptions right here. I don't really have time right now to read them, or I may not know a lot about it. And so I could say equal AI, identify what this is describing. Again, let's go ahead and include all of them. And so as you see right here, the first option is a language model and an advanced type of artificial intelligence. This description is of an AI agent, and this description is of an automated system. And so if I want to have it summarize them in a specific way, then I could obviously go back, change it to be more descriptive. But for the sake of just getting a quick understanding of what it entails, I can have it do a just real quick description. And then if I need information about, say, automated systems, I know that I can pull from here. So this is incredibly powerful
Yeah.
and it saves a ton of time. And what's really amazing is in my role in education, I still get a lot of inquiries about Excel classes. Being 2025, we still have a lot of individuals that need to use Excel. They've never learned it or they've forgotten it, but it's still an incredibly relevant skill to have with spreadsheets. A lot of people, once you start talking about formulas, functions, conditional formatting, they go white and you think they're going to pass out because they see it as this whole other language they have to learn, and it can turn them completely off. For some individuals, that may mean the difference between getting a job or not. Now, it's still a good idea to know those, at least being able to know how to use them, how to find them. But what this is doing now is it's just another demonstration of how a language model like Gemini is being used to just revolutionize and equal the playing field. So now anyone who can understand how to use the equal AI tool can essentially now use spreadsheets to a more advanced level. And I'm not saying an advanced level, but a lot more. It takes their skills up. It gives them access that they would not have had sooner. This is really important. And it's a really, again, like you and I said, this is a perfect example of how using AI is like surfing because you could be sitting on the beach watching those spreadsheets roll by and those skills just the people who understand it out there surfing and it could scare you to death. But then somebody comes along with something like this and this could be your floaties. And what could happen, I see, is that when someone gets comfortable enough, if they truly want to learn, they can take something like this can allow them to get comfortable and confident using this tool in something like Sheets. And ideally, they'll want to explore how to actually perform certain roles. And so this may be a gateway into them actually becoming a more advanced user. Now, this is still a tool that I would recommend watching and really utilizing because it makes it a lot easier. But this is a great tool, real smart move by Google to really get people more comfortable in using spreadsheets that aren't really attuned to it or may even have, again, a fear of it. Spreadsheets are one of those things where you either love them or you don't. This might be something that bridges those two groups together.
Excellent beginning demo of this. We cover this and much more in our training. Check the links below for all the resources we have, and we'll keep you informed. Make sure you click subscribe in the bell to see future videos. Justin, this is exciting. it seems like every single day something new comes out. And our job is to filter it for you, to support professionals and small businesses of what you need to pay attention to next. This is Martin Brossman
and Dr. Justin Rose.
Have a great day.